Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here with a daily daily report. So we have the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. So the moon is in Sagittarius, the sun is in Gemini. And that will be happening tomorrow, May 26th at 5:14 a.m. And that's Mountain Time. That's in Breckenridge. So 6 a.m. Central Time. Here's the deal. Over the next month, there's going to be a lot of squares, retrogrades. So to put things simply, things are going to be kind of in your face and coming up and culminating, right? With Saturn and Uranus are going to square coming up here in June. They're technically in a square, right? They're just outer planets, but they're almost within a degree. And I usually count a square. We've been in that tension for a while, but it's going to come to a head in mid-June. But anyway, so this lunar eclipse is in a square as well with Jupiter in Pisces. And Jupiter in Pisces, Jupiter in general, expands things, right? So we might feel it even bigger. Like I want to say more intensely. It might not be intensely, it might just be bigger. So eclipses are like, you can just kind of look at it as an interruption or a bigger deal. So the earth is in the middle of the sun and the moon, right? And it makes the eclipse, that moon cycle that much more significant. So with the sun in Gemini, the sun represents our heart, and the sun is with the North Node. So in the North Node in Gemini, it's like we're trying to factually put our lives together in a way that actually works, right? In a way that things are aligning for us. With the moon in Sagittarius by the South Node, the moon is our emotions, right? So emotionally, we might be clinging to like old beliefs or ideas, and like, no, I just like, I know this is going to work out. And especially this might be especially tough if you're into the law of attraction or something like that. But is there something that you are just hitting wall after wall after wall after wall, and it's not showing up for you, but is something else divinely showing up for you, and you're like, well, that can't be it because that's not what I'm trying to manifest, um and the imagery that I got, because I always usually get like an image is and I don't, but it's like a factory, like sort of like sorting through the muck, right? Until like clearer fluid is running through. So there's a big purging energy here, a big releasing. Full moons in general are always about letting go. So we might find like deep emotions or deep desires, deep sorrow coming up to the surface to be like let out, and it's so that we can be lighter and more free. And I also kind of got as like a message that this eclipse will be as manageable for you as you like, depending on whether or not you're comfortable being in the swamp. I don't mind being in the swamp. I'm well acquainted with my shadow. I do a lot of shadow work. and there's just not much that scares me, you know. So but I am finding old patterns coming up, like old ways that I used to be, just showing up for me. And I'm like, oh, look at, here I am with this feeling again. Like, and I recognize it right away because I've been doing a lot of work on it, but that's what this eclipse really feels like. In the next month or so, I think it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster in general. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards. If you are interested in a personal reading, reach out. The eclipses and all of the astrological alignments that I talk about are going to show up in your birth chart differently. And so they would affect different areas of your life. This lunar eclipse is showing up in my first house and seventh house. So it's having to do with relationships. And the funny thing is that Zeke, my boyfriend, it's in his first, we're both Taurus rising. So anyway, but it's in his first and seventh house as well. And I had been planning to go back to Colorado, where he is, to stay there for a few weeks until I have to come back to Texas. But I decided to just stick around here before I really even dug into this. And the sun right now is in Gemini. And so our focus, each of us, is on ourselves and not on our relationship with other people. So I just think that's really funny. Like, and we're both like, yeah, let's just spend some, you know, you stay in Texas and I'll go to Colorado. It's just funny how that kind of stuff works out because we've got things to sort out on our own, probably. At least that was the feeling that I was getting. Anyway, but that is how it plays out in everyone's chart differently. The energy is gaining momentum. I totally feel this. Like waxing moon, it sure is. Show it to you. Yeah, the energy is gaining momentum. This is going to be a pretty big one. Sense. I mean, I can feel it kind of rumbling up already. Anchor. Anchor, keep yourself grounded. That is fucking solid advice. Stay grounded, stay in your body, deep breath, bring yourself back to your heart center. And then we have take the helm, be in control of your own ship. So take the helm. It's like you have to be smart about steering your ship. Like I was saying, it might be kind of confusing because if you're trying to manifest something or something like that, but something is just not working out for you, that and something else is showing up, you've got to be smart about how you steer your ship. You know, like you wouldn't be like, I really want to take my ship this way, and there's a fucking huge ass storm there, you know, and then there's sunlight and birds over here. You would go that, you know what I mean? Whatever. I don't know how riding a ship works. So I'm not doing it, but you know, you get what I'm saying. It's like take the helm, steer your own ship, stay grounded. You know, if you're trying to, I mean, if you're in the process of creating something or being forward moving, you know, don't dredge up the past and drag it with you. If anything, let it come up and puke it out. I don't know why I keep getting that, like puking, literally. Just getting rid of old stuff. And and just look, Gemini wants to know what is actually fucking working and like what is like here in, you know, in my immediate environment. You know, it doesn't want you to start from scratch, but something is like surfacing that is going to work. It just might look different than you anticipated, but it might even be better than what you could ever have expected from the other things. So anyway, um, that's what I got. I hope you have a great day on Earth. I would actually love to hear from anybody about how, if something big came up for this eclipse or how it showed up for you or whatever, because um, I've been into astrology my whole, ever since I was like 11 or 12. But, I've been hardcore studying it for like 3 years now. Eclipses, I'm still like not learning. I mean, I get it, but I'm still seeing how they come up in our experience. So what I'm saying is, if you have something big going on that you think might have something to do with the eclipse, I'd be really pleased if you shared it with me and I could look at your chart. Anyway, I hope you have a great day on Earth. Peace. Namaste.